beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jason. I am glad to have you guys back. I know it's been a while, but I'm here to give you guys all the tips, the tools, the insight you need with your hair. I hope you guys you're able to come here and get whatever you need and stay informed and be persuaded to dive in and try new things. We're gonna dive right in, and I hope you guys enjoy. So first, I would like to dive into differentiating virgin hair from raw hair. So I have a new hairline where I offer and provide luxurious raw bundles from India. And I have two different patterns that I would like to share with you all, and just a little info on what raw hair is and how just amazing it is. Like, to me, in my opinion, it's the best hair on the market, the best quality, the best texture, the best everything. The longevity is there. But yeah, just to give you guys a little information on raw hair, because a lot of people have been asking, you know, what exactly is raw hair? People don't know the difference between raw and virgin, and so I'm here to clean that all up, and I hope you guys are informed by the end of this. Okay, so first, raw hair is 100% unprocessed hair, meaning nothing has been done to it. It has not been colored, it has not been formed to a texture, it has not been nothing. Like, it hasn't even been washed. Like, it's completely raw hair that has been cut off from a donor's head. I also do provide virgin hair, but it just really depends on the overall look and style that my client is going for. Then you're able to choose between which will work best for you. So within the two different types of, I believe there's three different types of textures, but I only carry two. There's Indian curly, there's Indian wavy, and there's Indian straight. So I have Indian curly and Indian wavy, which are behind me. Let's get a nice bundle. This is a 16-inch Indian curly, and this is a little damped, so I don't know if you guys can see it and how it looks kind of together. And then as opposed to one kind of dried up, not dried up, but dried, it looks a little more raw in texture. And the easiest way to tell raw hair from virgin hair is just the texture and the way it feels. Raw hair feels completely different from virgin hair. Virgin hair is more sleek, it's more silkier. But raw hair, I always try to inform my clients in a way where it somewhat resembles our natural hair. So meaning in terms of humidity, as soon as it hits humidity, poof. And so, for instance, if my hair is styled how it is right now, like right now, believe it or not, I have on a 26-inch Indian curly, and I blew it out and curled it. And so it looks like, wow, okay, this is sleek, this is nice, this is put together, like, wow, this looks really good. And one of the reasons why I love it is because not every time sleek. Sometimes you want like a sleek look, but still with texture. And I feel like Indian hair does exactly that. Raw hair does exactly that. It gives you that nice curl, but with more texture, more volume, more just voluptuous. But yeah, so with the curly, let's say I go out while it's raining and I get a little wet. Best to believe my hair is going to be a little more of like poofed out. I don't know, you tracking with me, you guys get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, it'll be a little poofed out. And so again, it really just determines the type of style you're going for, the type of look you're going for, what you're trying to achieve, and all of that. So now let's move on. So with the curly, you typically only need 2 bundles, I believe, unless you're someone that really loves a lot of volume. You only need 2 bundles to achieve a look you're going for. And also it depends on the type of size closure you have. If you have a 5x5 or a 6x6, then yes, 2 bundles. We're not going to even talk about 4x4s or none of that, because that's out the window. We're not doing that anymore in 2020. But yeah, so for the most part, with most of the wigs I have, for instance, this is a 18-inch Indian curly with just 2 bundles. I'm going to put it on and show you guys what it looks like, but just to give you an understanding how full the hair is and how you don't need much bundles to achieve the look you're going for. And another thing that people aren't pretty aware of is, because this is raw hair from one donor, so let me retract that. Every one bundle comes from one donor, meaning this one bundle comes from one head. So when I'm trying to buy 2 or 3 bundles, it's up to the producer to make sure they give you the best match possible. But sometimes that might not be possible because again, some curls can be slightly different from another curl. Some colors can be slightly different from another, you know, color in terms of bundles, because they're not all coming from the same head. So no 2 bundles are ever going to be the same because it's raw hair. And our hair on our head everywhere, you know, some of you guys have tight curls in the front and it's a little loose on the nape, or tight curls in the nape and a little loose in the front. It's not the same. So best to believe that when you are purchasing raw hair, you're not going to get the same, the exact same bundles. It's not going to be completely off. Again, the producer tends to match up the best bundles together so that you're not confused by having something jet black and something light brown, but they try to match it up together. But again, in some cases, it's not always going to be like that. So I think that's enough about Indian curly. So this is a 18-inch. So both of these are 18-inch wavies, Indian wavies. They're both raw hair. This one is a little damp, so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. And this one is a little dry, so you guys can see the difference between the two. Again, so this is a perfect example of different colors. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera. Let me try to go forward. But this one is definitely lighter than this one. And again, because it's the same situation, each bundle of raw hair comes from different donors. So whoever cut their head off had lighter brown hair before they did so, and this person had a darker brown hair. So as a producer, I'm not going to ship these two together and send it to someone because they would be confused. But if this was my last batch, my last pair, then I would have no choice but to. And it's important that before you purchase anything, any type of hair, that you're informed on what you're purchasing, because again, with Indian curly, a lot of people tend to not know how to handle it because they're unaware of what it does. Like, so many people are used to virgin hair and how virgin hair reacts. So Indian wavy, it's not as curly, obviously, because it's wavy, as the Indian curly, but it can, depending on the style you do the same thing and react the same way in humidity. But it's a little more sleeker than Indian curly. It's not as sleek as virgin hair because it's also has been unprocessed, but it gives you more of a finished look rather than the Indian curly. The Indian curly, when you style it and when you blow dry it and style it, it gives you more texture. And I do believe the Indian wavy does as well, but you get more texture from the curly because, of course, curly versus wavy. So with the wavy, you only need about 3 bundles depending on the overall style you're going for, just as the curly. Well, the curly only needs 2 if you're doing shorter lengths, but if you need longer lengths, I would suggest with the curly you go 3 or more, any lengths over 20 and above. And with the wavy, the same, you would need 3 or more from about, I'll say about 16 inches and above. You need 3 or more, but it also is preference. If you like very full hair, then you can use more bundles. If you like hair that just looks like it's normal, it frames your face correctly, and it just looks right on you, then you can go with 2 bundles. Right now, just to give you guys an idea, I have 26 inches and this is just only 3 bundles. However, it is with a larger closure. This is a 7x7, so it comes all the way down to my temples. So with larger closures, so that it doesn't look too bulky, I wouldn't suggest overloading with the bundles. So I could have used 4 bundles for this unit, but I decided to use 3 because I didn't want a full look with my curly, because it will overpower my face. However, if it was wavy, I would do 3 or 4 bundles. But yeah, just to give you guys a little insight on that. Now I'm going to show you guys what each of them look like. Unfortunately, the wavy is not in its natural state, but this looks similar to its natural state, but the curly is. So I'm going to kind of show you guys what that looks like right now. This can be styled just like the wig I just had on. And this is just like a shorter. And my wig has been colored. I colored it jet black because I love jet black hair. But Indian curly comes, I'm not going to say in 1B, I'm not going to say in a natural brown, because again, based off of the bundle, it varies. So this is what the curly looks like. It's pretty full for just 2 bundles of hair. And this is with a 5x5 closure. So again, just 2 bundles of hair. So now let me show you guys what the wavy kind of looks like. And the amazing thing, of course, but I'm going to get more into that later with closures, is the different ways you can part them. But for now, I just want to kind of give you guys the scoop and insight on raw Indian hair versus virgin hair. And for those that don't know what virgin hair is, that's all the Brazilians, the Peruvians, all that stuff. That's virgin hair. But yeah, so this is the Indian wavy. This is a 20-inch with a 6x6 closure. This one has 3 bundles. So again, I said 20 and above, you want to go for 3, just to give you more volume, or again, preference. But when it comes to wavy, I like to go 3 bundles or more. Indian hair is very lightweight, so you don't really feel the heaviness, even if you go longer, even if you have 5 bundles in your head. It's not as heavy as virgin hair. It's very fluffy and light. Like, I barely feel this at all. I may be biased because I really love my Indian hair, which you can find on jasonmai.com. You can find the 2 textures, and you can find a few units using the Indian curly or wavy. So definitely check that out. But I hope this gives you guys a little insight between the difference between raw curly and raw wavy, so that you guys are making smart purchases and buying whatever works for you. Like, if you like a natural curly look and you sometimes want to blow it out like this, then I'll definitely say go for the curly. If you're looking for something that somewhat resembles virgin hair but not so much, it still gives you that nice texture, I'll say go for the wavy. The wavy also does wet very nicely, and also it's a little more manageable than the curly. If you're someone that doesn't really like to style their hair as much, then I'll definitely say go for the wavy, so that you're not doing too much with it. But in terms of care, in terms of maintenance, I'm definitely going to do another video for that, just so this is not too long and I'm not rambling. But I'm going to show you guys how to pretty much manage the hair, how to style the hair, and how you can just be so informed with this journey on raw hair. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and also comment below. Please comment below if you have other questions that weren't answered. I know I'm probably forgetting a ton of things, but please definitely comment below and I'll definitely try to answer you. But I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoy. Bye.